5 today. Or is that 6? Greetings, I'm Solid Scully, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, where while everybody is getting oddly silent, that's only because they're getting ready to suck some big Xehanort dick with this big exposition exposition dump. Enjoy.
Master Yen Sid? Gosh, do you think he'll be able to do it?
It's clear you cannot teach a cat to bark. But Merlin and the three good fairies are aiding him in a place that's more temporally flexible. My hope is that he can at least learn to wield it. He certainly has fire, so I suppose it depends now on how strongly it burns.
Oh. But what about Sora and Riku?
Well, if we are running on the assumption Xehanort knew what we were planning, then he still would need to have been there. Back in the very place and time when the Destiny Islands were lost to darkness. Otherwise, Sora and Riku would have been beyond his reach.
Gee, do you really think it's possible Xehanort could have planned things that far in advance?
No, as a matter of fact, I do not.
But what if he did the same thing as Sora and Riku did, and he jumped through time?
For that to work, a version of himself would have had to exist at both source and destination. Not even Xehanort can transport his whole body across vast reaches of time.
Oh no. I remember Xehanort did give up his body. It was a version of him that was possessing Riku.
No, it cannot be. Could he be that cunning? Possess that kind of foresight?
If it's all right with you, can I go help Sora and Riku out?
How? You cannot enter the world of a dream. Where will you go?
If Xehanort really is behind all this, then they won't stay in the dream worlds forever. Eventually, they're gonna reappear somewhere that we can go reach them. And we can even probably guess the place. Follow the hearts, and you'll find the way. That's something Master Aqua told me once.
We're going too!
Aw, fellas, you're my best pals. But this time, I really do need to go it alone. The dangers are greater than anything we've ever faced before. If something were to happen to Sora and Riku and me, why, you'll be the only ones left to keep this world safe.
Mickey, I was not able to locate Sora. But I sense Riku's presence in the realm between. Trust your heart, and I know you will find him.
Thank you. I promise I'll bring them both back safe and sound.
Now we're finally getting into it. The whole Dream Drop Distance's time travel that I mentioned all the way back in part 1. I'll talk a little bit more about that as we get into the next video, which tackles our final level of the game, The World That Never Was. In the meantime, though, this is showing off Lord Kiru as we first encountered him and whittled down his health bar in, City de la Cloches, or whatever the fuck it was called. Yeah, I'm just showing this off for solidarity. Basically, again, this is pretty much a multi-game spanning side quest. You can technically beat him first up, but, you probably won't be powerful at this point in the game to really take him down, so, it's neither here nor there in this case. But anyway, beat him and you get his Dream Eater recipe. Not really too interesting or helpful, but whatever. It's there if you want to get it, so, here it is for solidarity. But yeah, any and all conversations about the whole, like, oh my god, could Xehanort have planned this ahead of time? Yeah, I mean, you might want to take Xehanort's dick out of your mouth before you're continuing to talk about your plans, Yen-Sid. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'll save all my rants and ramblings for next time, so don't worry. We, much like the Yu-Gi-Oh card, we have one day of peace! Where we pretty much just sort of sit down and, beat up some frogs. And some zombies. Don't know what I mean? Well, you'll see. You'll all see. But yeah, you do have a limited time to beat Sir Kiro, or Lord Kiro, I should say. And then he pretty much hops away, gives you a kiss, and then fucks off. To where exactly? I don't know. Princess and the Frog, maybe? Wonder why that was never adapted into Kingdom Hearts. Ah, well. Anyway, cutscene of Super Boss Go now. Initialize.
What?
Well now, isn't this a sight for sore eyes? One of the first and to my knowledge only unequivocal Disney super bosses that we've ever actually had in Kingdom Hearts. This is Julius, a convict turned into a brain-draining experiment by, well, yeah, I can't remember who it was by, but it was from the Disney short film Runaway Brain, which I think was one of the shorts preluding a Goofy movie, actually. But yeah, either way, Julius here, and yes, it is Julius, not Pete, despite what the character design may have you think. Yeah, basically, he was an experiment. He had his brain ripped out and placed into Mickey's body. Whereas now he's just some sort of psychopathic... He's basically a psychopathic fucking bruiser akin to Nemesis on fucking steroids, really, for anybody who wants to use Resident Evil terminology, which would be quite fitting, because this thing is, aggressive, he hits hard, and as you can tell here, well, I am really having my wits about me, but in spite of all this, this is actually the easiest super boss in Kingdom Hearts history. And you wanna know why? Well, one reason, really. As you can tell with my lackluster performance, this was actually meant to be like a test playthrough to see, okay, look, I'll test out Riku's things, I'll maybe get a bit of footage on the off chance I ever do a review of this game, and then just sort of show off, you know, here's what can happen if you fuck up against Julius. Yeah, I actually ended up winning using this incredibly failed take. Now, part of the reason why I won is because despite the fact that Julius hits hard, one of the things that makes him stagger is Bloonga, or Balloon Ra if you happen to have it, and using, you know, retaliation strikes using Dark Faraga. Again, press, you know, tap the square button and then you pretty much utilize, you know, Dark Faraga. Oh, you do also have that, you know, command over there. But do be careful though, because, I only really have like one command as evidence of this, but by the time he enters his Grr, I'm angry, fuck you second phase, yeah, Julius can actually disable some of your commands, so do be careful. If you can get him in a bit of a prone state, I would recommend using Meteor to take down large swaths of his health, but if you want to play the boss safely, then I highly recommend either using Dark Faraga, Balloon Ra and Balloon Gar especially, and, well, you know, just using retaliatory strikes where you can. Dark Aura, despite being a very powerful ability, was not quite as useful here as I thought it would be. You know, mainly because Julius is very much a boxer who can easily swat you away like the fly that Riku is, but... Yeah, all that aside though, yeah, the easiest super boss. I mean, he's by no means a cakewalk. I mean, I think the only reason why I really managed to survive was because I was fairly high leveled at this stage, but even in that case though, like, I mean, that's, you know... It's certainly much easier compared to the likes of, you know, the Lingering Will, Xemnas in Kingdom Hearts 1, and, you know, Sephiroth or whatever else, so... I will at least give them that, but, yeah, all that aside though. In terms of your requirements to accessing Julius, in terms of getting him as a super boss, yeah, you need to have completed the game, and, I think by defeating him you earn a trophy, which, and by which I mean like an in-game trophy, not like a PlayStation, Xbox achievement kind of thing. So yeah, that's pretty much all she wrote. I mean, the most dangerous attacks that Julius really has is when he enters his little lightning phase thing. He is swift on his feet, and when he does his little fucking bum shuffle attack when he jumps up and down on the ground, that can, on the odd occasion, pip you, but yeah, keep a Curaga handy, make sure that you keep your distance, and dodge out of the way where appropriately. I mean, to be honest, if I knew what the fuck I was doing and this wasn't a test playthrough, I probably would have done a bit better of a job in being skillful, but... Either way, I'm still happy that I beat the super boss, if only for the reward.
Next time, behave.
And, yeah, you can actually tackle this as both Sora and Riku, and they both have different, intro and exit quotes, depending on the cutscene, but, yeah. What we get as our reward is the Ultima Weapon. Sadly, this is post-game, so, I mean, apart from fighting Julius with it, you can't really do much with it, and you have to beat Julius to get it to begin with, so it kind of comes as too little too late, really. I mean, I don't know, I guess I maybe could have kept it as like a Synthesize All Dream Eater's reward, but that probably would have been a tedious exercise in and of itself, but... You know what, in lieu of not showing off any other Keyblades, I'll at least show off the Ultima Weapon, and, Dark Aura. The powerful ability you saw in Kingdom Hearts 1 and you got to use in Chain of Memories, now here to use as Riku, and it is delicious. But in any case, next time on Dream Drop Distance, well, final level of the game. See you next time.